You got me on the timer?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm keeping it under 20. That's my goal. Last year I got lambasted for going too long, but I just want to start off by saying thank you to Kristen for allowing me to come back for a third year. And promoting me, I think it was a promotion, to JV. I really appreciate it. I want to thank her husband, who's not here, for taking my team for a week. Although he led us to our initial loss, but it was a forfeit, so we really won. When you're using legal players at the JV level, it's bad. So they were using, they flew a few players in, so that was a victory. But technically, Andy, week of preparation was on Andy. And I want to thank Tobin. Tobin wasn't there at practice, but he was there. Actually, a few practices, but he was there every match, just about, when he wasn't on the golf course. And that's your daughter playing. It's more important than golf, but it's always helpful to have another set of eyes on the bench. My mind's going, and he'll tell me to a fault. I'm always worried about getting everybody in. And that's a fault of yours, coach. You can't. This is JV. You got to up the ante. You can't just everybody. I know. And he just helped me. He saw things that I wouldn't see because I'm focused on different things. And so I want to thank Tobin for helping me out this year very much. And as Abby said, I just coach and food, carpool, practice time. You're going to cancel practice. Yeah, they need Friday off because they got to get all pretty up for the football game and everything. So we give them an occasional Friday off. Don't
lie, that was you.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah. But Lynette Hewitt, she was my team mom freshman year. Just want to say thank you for everything. Black Widow. So, and I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge Abby. Freshman parents, you guys got lucky. You didn't have that other coach, the guy who coached the last 2 years. I'm telling you, I was in the gym with her every day. She's 18 years old, never coached before, and she walked in the gym. She owned it. We talked a little bit before the season, what to do, but she was a natural, and the kids loved playing for her. I believe, at least they showed it. They thumped my girls a few scrimmages, right? She didn't want to say this, but she had a better record than we did. But we know why. And she just did an outstanding job, and so you can be my daughter-in-law anytime. Sorry, Daddy. She's a wonderful kid, and I joke with her a lot about the waiter. Oh, he's not here. But a lot of fun. So we're 18 and 7 this year. I told the girls the first practice. I'm big on this. What's called proactive coaching and transformational coaching, and trying to make a difference. And they don't like that sometimes because I'm like, football game, where's the rest of your shirt? Where the shorts go, that type of thing. I'm always on them about decision making. And I told them the first practice, I'm gonna love you like you're my daughters that I don't have. And they're like, what are you talking about? And it's true, I loved coming to practice every single day. There wasn't a day that I'm leaving that other school and whatever I'm saying. And there wasn't a day that I left that school going, and every day was a pleasure to come. They had great attitudes. Some of them didn't like to set the net so much. I won't call them out in public. But some of them had to get taped right before practice or iced or something. But they were a true pleasure to coach. Every game, win or lose, and we had some great matches this year. 3 that stand out. Our very last Torrey Pines game, very close loss. I think it was 15-12 or 15-13, and usually the close losses are on coaches, so all on that. So that was one match, but they never gave up. They got kind of, we won the first game 25-23, 26-24, something like that, and they kind of went downhill second game and bounced back. And then finishing second in the only tournament we were in, all week long, Tobin said, I expect you to get in the finals. I'm like, are you really expecting it? And sure enough, we went through full play. we came back, beat a team that we lost to in our pool, and they did outstanding. We lost to those Giants from Cathedral, but I was so proud. And the part that really I loved is right after we lost to Cathedral. No big deal. You know, we played well. We had a great tournament. They sprint over and are cheering on the freshman team who are losing. Who actually played Cathedral tight. I think they lost by 2 points, and so they ended up coming a runner-up. We were runner-up. It was a great day. And then our last match playing against San Marcos. We come out and we play our worst game of the year, worst set of the year. We get spanked like 25-13. I'm like, are you kidding me? You guys are horrible. And then they bounce back the next match, or next set, win, I think by 25-23 or whatever, and then finish it off with the season beating them. So thank you for a great year. You guys are wonderful. And once again, the third year in a row, fifth season in a row with no yellow card. Did you get a yellow? Okay. So I'm making, everybody said I get a yellow right away. They know my temper. I almost got a yellow. No, I didn't get a yellow. He was on a power trip, so he kind of looked at me and points his finger. I'm like, oh, come on. All right, so I try to be a little bit better role model, but sometimes my old temper gets in the way. We won't talk about the red card my senior year. All right, here we go. So our awards, again, fantastic kids. This player, I had a few players. Hey, coach, I really don't want to play this position this year. I'm like, it's a team, and I get you don't want to play it, but I need you there. And she battled through some injuries all year long, but I could go to her anytime, set, make sure she was being set. She played outstanding all the way around the court. Great server, great attitude, and just a fantastic, undersized. We're not a big team. We're pretty small as volleyball players go. We're not huge, but she did a great job playing middle blocker, even though she wanted to be on the outside. That's Paige Bogoti. And we'll be hearing her sing Friday night at the choral concert. Next player, I've had all these girls, so it's actually not all. Two of them I haven't had because they're freshmen, but she's a returner. She also battled injury. She was one of my most consistent players last year, and crappy coach didn't get her in as much at the beginning of the year, but she started playing more at the end, and that consistency and confidence came back. She has such a great attitude, always smiling, and she says, Coach, don't throw me under the bus like you did last banquet when you made comments that wasn't very nice, so I can't do that again. But I love this kid, I love her grit, I love her attitude, and she's just a pure pleasure to coach. That's Kennedy Cutler. Little. Another player, again, who came to me at the beginning of the year and said, Coach, this is where I really want to play. And I understood it. She's undersized as well as far as height, but she's athletic as all get out. She jumps out of the gym. She's got a great arm swing. And after, I don't know if it was after her first match or right before, she said to me, yeah, I understand you need me there, I'm willing to do it. I think she said that like with her fingers crossed, so I'm hoping they think, oh, good, now go back to the position you want. But it didn't happen. I tried to get her in there a little bit towards the end of the season. I did my best. I had 4 or 5 outsides, and trying to rotate everybody through, it was difficult. She's just a great athlete, great attitude, and again, a pure pleasure to coach, and that's Keely Ferguson. So my favorite Keely story this year, we had great improvement because last year she played middle blocker for me, and last year there were times when the libero comes out and the middle blocker is supposed to go in, and I turn around and I'm yelling, Keely. That happened 3 or 4 times last year, to the point we actually played at 1 point with 5 players on the court because Keely was chit-chatting on the bench. This year that didn't happen, but we did play either at San Diego or Torrey Pines. And at those courts, they're short, so the kids are allowed to step 1 foot in. So Keely goes back to serve, and she didn't serve a lot. Sometimes liberos serve for her. Sometimes she had a great jump serve. I mean, sometimes you use your great jump serve. I look over, she's like 5 feet in the court serving the ball. Keely, come on now. But, a lot of fun. Next player has the best nickname on the team. All around great athlete, great attitude, great arm swing. She, again, a little undersized. I'll stop saying that about my team, but she tooled a lot of blocks. She rarely got blocked. She can hit back row. She had a great serve, great all-around player, and again, a pleasure to coach. And she's got a great future, and that's Holland Hancock. If we can look at work on those pull-ups. I saw those pull-ups on the video. That was really easy. I knew I was going to forget. I meant to talk about this person at the very beginning. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about a great player that really led us at the beginning of the season. Midway through, I get a phone call and said, "Coach, I think I need one of your players." And so I was like, "Yeah, you do." And I told the girls, your goal on this JV team is to be pulled up to varsity. That should be your goal. Well, Anna, where's Anna? Anna got pulled up to varsity, but before that, I got to have her for half of the season or a little bit more. She doesn't get a JV certificate because she gets a varsity one, but Anna, thank you so much for all your work and great attitude. Next player, all-around good player, played for me last year. So we ran a 6-2 at the beginning of the year until Anna bailed on me, and then I said, well, maybe we'll run a 6-2. Abby, can I have you? Maybe I'll bring up one of your setters. That didn't go so well, but it worked out well for her, and it worked out well for us because Hallie came through. We set a 5-1, and talk about a workhorse. She just has the most positive attitude. Always smiling. They're all always smiling, but she's there to set up, take down, and every day she leaves the court. Thank you, coach. Doesn't matter if I yelled at her. Doesn't matter if I do whatever. Thank you, coach. And that's really important to me. So, Hallie Hewitt. One of our freshmen, she never stopped smiling. A defensive guru back there. She was phenomenal and she hardly said anything. One day at practice, I went up to her and said, "Okay, I've got 3 middle blockers, but if 1 or 2 of them go down, you're number 4." She looks at me, "Are you kidding me?" She's about this big, and but she did. We put her in a couple points at middle blocker this year, but she's phenomenal defensively. As good of a volleyball player is, she's a much better soccer player. She's a phenomenal soccer player. She stays healthy and does all the right things. She's going to be playing college soccer somewhere, and so I'm glad we had her this year. I'm hoping that darn soccer doesn't pull her away from me completely, and we have her again next year. And she just did a great job, and that's Riley Knudsen Libero. Next, we have a lot of singers on our team, and I kept trying to get them to sing. This girl is very shy, always smiling, hardly ever talks, but she's got a phenomenal arm swing, great attitude. Yes, coach, whatever you need, coach. Sirs. She was one of my 3 main outside hitters that I was trying to rotate through as much as I can. And you go with a hot hand, and sometimes she's the hot hand, and sometimes somebody else is, and that's how it works. But just a fantastic student, fantastic person, and again, great arm swing, great serve, and looking forward to next year with her, and that's Meadow McElroy. All right, our other freshman, also always smiling, great attitude, vicious arm swing. She's 5 foot something, jumps out of the gym and just rips the ball. Great serve as well. Defensively, very solid, great passer. And the future's bright for her as a freshman. Keep getting stronger. You can keep jumping out of the gym, and she'll be awesome. And that's Brielle McGonigal. And she's from Tejas. All right. The nickname was Texas. She needs to stop calling me that. I always get in trouble when I use nicknames. Next player, probably one of the top 2 or 3 jump floats on our team. And I had to tell her to do it. She'd go in the game and she didn't want to do it because she didn't want to miss her serve. I'm like, no, do it. And she did a great jump float. Great attitude, and there wasn't a player on my team that didn't get more encouragement, more cheering from the bench when she played. And she still looks at me sometimes about rotations, but she's got it. She's like 1,000 times better than last year, but she has such a great attitude, great arm swing, and I know she's playing club. Looking forward to seeing her back next year, and that's Rachel Sacco. All right, another player that played for me last year. I had to move her. Last year she played more outside. I needed some more right sides, and so I went to her and asked her if she wouldn't mind doing that, and she said, yeah, I'll do it. Great job, very consistent on the right side, put balls away, had a great season in my opinion, and I'm looking forward to her to keep playing, all of them to keep playing, but again, very quiet. Last year we missed her for about 2 weeks from a concussion. I said, do not get hit by the ball this year, we need you. And she didn't, she stayed in there. We had one little shoulder issue for a little bit, or knee, elbow, shoulder, elbow, all the same, arm. And Ava did a great job, Ava Shafran. So I was told, hey, coach, someone emailed me or said something, hey, you gotta watch this CHS TV piece on one of your players. And I knew they had come to practice to film her and everything. I'm like, cool, yeah, you're in the background. So I watched it. Yeah, I like my coach, he's really sarcastic. I'm like, that's all you got for me? Not, I don't love you guys, I don't, cheer you on, whatever, no, you're sarcastic. But she goes, that's a good thing, coach. Okay, I'll take it. I hope she thinks I'm more than that. She did a fantastic job. She also was, I look at her during warm-ups, and she's like grimacing a little bit with her shoulder. I'm like, can you play? Yeah, I can play. She battled through some shoulder issues. She probably still has them. Great attitude. Loved having her on the court. A right side player, Olivia Vandenbrink. And if you need your hair done, her father, as my mother-in-law's hairdresser for 20-some years, fantastic. Yes. All right. Next player, I had her 2 years ago. Tallest player on the team. Great attitude. I had her going between right side and middle. Put up the biggest block on the team. And sometimes I was amazed. She'd be getting points, and Tobin and I go, how did that just happen? She's in the right place, the right time, whether it be a perfect tip, whether it be a shot down the line, whatever you have. But she did a great job. Love coaching her again. Fortunate to be able to do that. And Sarah Vidido. And our last player, she was a libero, defensive specialist. Again, I was doing my best to split time between my 2 liberos, and when they weren't playing libero, they played DS, and I tried to get them in as much as I can, and she just did a great job. I told her at the beginning of the year, she said, you will not be sorry you kept me on this team, coach, and I wasn't. I told her at the end of the season, I was not sorry. She did a fantastic job. She's quiet too, she hardly says boo, but she's there working hard every practice, and it was a pleasure to coach her this year, and that's Isabella Wolf. Kendall, you forgot your, come get it, because you'll leave tonight. And did you and Abby plan your outfits? Look at that, you guys are like twins, like sisters. Okay. All right, so our awards, same awards is freshmen. So we've got the Lancer Award, we've got the MVP, and we have the Most Improved. And I let the players vote on the Most Improved and the MVP. And it was close. Our Most Improved player, I literally could have gone to any one of them. They all improved throughout the year in spite of their coach. And they did a fantastic job. But everybody voted. It was actually a tie, so I let Tobin break it. No, he didn't break it. I took it, and but I couldn't be more proud of what she's done and how she improved this year. And this year's Most Improved goes to Ava Shaffron. Let's say the Lancer Award for Les. So the MVP, again, voted on by the players, almost unanimous. It was funny though, you ask the kids who the MVP is, and I'm amazed at some of the answers and some of the rationale. It's great rationale. It's like what they're thinking, and that person's defensive guru, they're awesome. We wouldn't be where we are without them, and that type of thing. And but this person got the most votes. And I would agree, they got it right. She consistently, day in and day out, was our best player. And we have a lot of great players on this team. 18-7, you have to have a lot of great players, and we did. And so this year's JV volleyball MVP goes to none other than Herbie Hancock. So last year I didn't get to coach her, but I started calling her Herbie in the gym, and she was looking at Herbie Hancock. I'm like, Google it. You'll understand. All right, last award, the Lancer Award. The Lancer Award, to me, it's kind of synonymous with the Coach's Award. It's that person who day in and day out as a coach, and again, I know you think I'm crazy, but every one of them could have gotten this award. I love them that much. They're that special. And but this one stood out to me. The kids didn't get a vote, but this is my choice. And she's in the gym every day at the beginning, working hard, setting up. Every day, how do I get better? What do I need to do? Never a bad attitude. Never came off the court. And I just can't say enough good things about her, and that's Hallie Hewitt. All right, I think that's said enough. We'll hand it over at this time to Coach Tompkinson.